Hello, so this is a quick explainer as to the video that you're hopefully about to have a look at. So this was a flight flown with JetLegends on the 8th of July 2026, just about a month ago now. It's a new experience they've got set up to be able to fly in one of their BAC Strikemaster jets, low level through the MachLoop. It's a mechanism that's been formally approved through a rather complicated procedure with the CAA to make this possible. And when I found out, having previously been a MachLoop photographer myself, when I found out it was possible to go and do this, I jumped at the chance. And so what they're doing is they've got the two Strikemaster jets flying from Harwarden, doing roughly 30-minute flights down through the MachLoop and back again. So we arrived in the morning, had a whole charter building set up for this, and we had to go through a 90-minute CAA approved ejector seat training on the Martin Baker Mark IV ejector seat. One of the key safety aspects of this whole process was obviously being able to, safely eject in the event of the worst case scenario. So we were all trained on the ejector seat, and then introduced to our pilots. My pilot was Sean Chiddention, MBE, former synchro pair leader of the Red Arrows, having flown several operational tours in the Jaguar over, I believe, Afghanistan, and he has over 17,000 hours flight time across 80 different aircraft. So got in the plane, shot off pretty quick, and on the route out to the loop, went through and you'll see this in the video, went through a process of doing some sort of G test maneuvers. I think they want to make sure that as a passenger you're not at any risk of being very ill or passing out or something unexpected with the G-force. So we do several steadily increasing levels of G maneuver, going up to about 4.5 G. In some of the shots I've put the G meter from the GoPro cameras, which reads up to about sort of 3.7, 3.8, something like that. But I think the G level was actually a bit higher than that from the instruments in the plane. So after we'd worked out that I wasn't going to pass out, went low level towards the MachLoop. And this was, from my point of view, this was the exciting bit. Leading up to this, having previously been a MachLoop photographer, I was very keen to try and make sure I could get hold of photos of being in a plane for the MachLoop. So I'd messaged the previous day all the people I'd seen that were already posting pictures from being up on the loop on the previous day. Spoke to quite a few people, including an extremely helpful chap called Matt Chambers, who had some very decent sounding camera gear, and he'd made me a couple of specific recommendations based on where he was going to be on the loop that day, including getting the pilot to bank to the left and not having a dark visor on your face so that you could see yourself. Prior to this, I wanted to make sure that I could work out from the photos who was me, because there was going to be kind of quite a few flights through the loop over these few days. And so in the end, I went with having the clear visor, and I had my dark aviation sunglasses on, which I figured would be a good way to try and spot myself. And I'd also decided I was going to sort of attempt to wave through as we were going past some of the photographers, despite some of the sort of high G maneuvers that were happening at those points in time. So you'll see in some of the still photos and the videos, you can see there's bits when I was specifically waving in different directions, and being able to capture that in the photos that some of the photographers have caught up from the hills is amazing. So having not passed out during the high G test maneuvers, got to the loop, went low level, started at CAD East West, down to Talthing Lake, left over Corris, then back up round the other side through the Spur, Bluebell and Bulk. It all went by very, very quickly. Quite high maneuvers at quite high Gs as we're going through the corners, and could just about make out the photographers here and there. Pretty difficult, but you could see that they were there. And having come back, managed to speak to the various people and have got some amazing photographs. So a special thanks to Matt Chambers and Brad Pearson, Dion Dobson, Ger Price, Glenn Simpson, Ian Bartlett, Kass Axten, Simon Jones, and the Images collection for some absolutely amazing photo I've managed to pull together from it. I really, really, really appreciate it. And so those are all. We went through the loop, headed back to the airfield, did a few barrel rolls, which you don't quite see from the video, but I nearly rediscovered my breakfast at the end of. And then got back to the airfield. Unfortunately, I was able to fly most of the leg from the loop back to the airfield, which was extremely enjoyable and very, very easy to fly. And so, yeah, thanks again to all the guys that took the photos. Thanks to my wife who took the photos from the ground as well, and thanks to my dad for recommending I do this in the first place. So enjoy the video.